What are the 7 deadly sins? Why do they matter? Why are they called sins? What's purgatory? What does lamenting and repenting really mean? These are all things we're going to talk about. So to begin with, what are the 7 deadly sins? Ego, which is unhealthy pride, vanity. The second one would be greed. That's when you steal, lie, create deceit. The second one is lust, cheating. Fourth one is envy or jealousy. The fifth one is gluttony. Gluttony can be anything from overeating, overindulging, undereating, underindulging. Too much of anything is bad, and too little of anything is also equally as bad for you. So it's a balance. It's about balance, keeping it in balance. Not too much of anything. Go with the Goldilocks principle. Number 6 is wrath or anger or vengeance. And number 7 is sloth or laziness. And that can even include in your thoughts or in your intent to carry out your promises, keep your word on things, stuff like that. And it really is all going to boil down to being between you and God, right? On Judgment Day, when you take your last breath on this earth, when your life starts to flash before your eyes, you're weighing those scales. And on those scales are not all of your good deeds, because that's not what you're being asked to look at. You're being asked to look at all of the bad ones. And you're going to have that DNA imprint in your memory bank of your heart, of your consciousness, that will at that point, on a soul level, honestly judge how well you've done in this lifetime by judging how often or how much you've done bad. You've done negative choices of the 7 deadly sins, which are the 7 laws, the 7 principles, the 7 morals. Okay? So, on Judgment Day, you are the one that's judging. Purgatory essentially is that reflection of your life and the deeds that you've done that were bad and the deeds that you've done that were good. And this includes thought. This includes thoughts, deeds, action. Okay, intent. What is your true intent? So every intention, every action, every deed, every thought, you are the one weighing that, and you are your most genuine, most honest, most critical judge. Even now, every day, 24/7, you are your most critical judge. And you will be your most critical judge at the end of your days. It was made like that on purpose. It's a failsafe, so that each soul truly can honestly, genuinely develop, learn, and grow according to their actions and choices through free will. That was part of the plan put in process when we were created on this planet with free will. Okay? So it's in your DNA memory bank. You're sitting in this area called purgatory, weighing your scales of judgment. Your emotional energy will decide whether you did enough good to continue to elevate and evolve, or if you need to go down the rungs a few notches, have some karma, do a little bit of a redo, retake the lesson. Kind of like having summer school or flunking a grade and being held back. because you have committed a sin, which essentially means at its core that you have committed to creating sinful energy. You've committed a sin. Willfully, by choice, not from a heart space, not from God energy, which is love, but from your lower vibrations of the 7 deadly sins. It's deadly because it will be your demise. Every action has a reaction. So every ripple that you put into the fabric of this universe that we live in brings you back more of the same. So you instantaneously will get karma, which is justice. And then at the end of your days, when you are the judge of those scales, if you have to wait till then to be the judge, at all. Most people are judging their whole life of their own actions and deeds and others. We're always judging, and then we're taught by society not to judge, because that's why they don't want you to do the check-in. They want to tell you how to think, how to act, how to feel, how to behave, what to believe, so that they can control how you act, how you feel, how you believe, and what you think, so that you don't wake up. Okay? So it will be of your demise in a ripple effect karmic pattern, and also in the evolutionary growth process of your soul's karma for your future life experience, the next one that you're going to go to. And so you do need to reflect. You do need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You do need to do your lamenting and your repenting, but not through a third party. Third parties are never a good idea. We are always even told that three's a crowd. So why do we think we need a mediator, a third party, to speak to God, to speak to our own soul? We don't. We absolutely don't. So do your repenting and your lamenting from within. Speak to God from within, and speak to yourself from within, and be honest. Be honest with yourself. And then you have to feel the remorse and deal with that. You have to forgive others and yourself for whatever action was taken on both parties, in both parties' role. And then you have to truly forgive yourself for your part in it. But that's not usually so easy to do, because even if we were okay with it when we did it, we knew it was bad, we knew it was wrong. So now to forgive ourselves for it seems like a sin. Seems like something we shouldn't do. Seems like pride or ego. But it really isn't, because you have to understand from a higher perspective that you are learning and growing just like everyone else is learning and growing. And you're going to make mistakes. They are necessary. Now, yes, depending on the level of forgiveness that is needed, the level of difficulty will also change. So, try to give yourself some credit. Try to give yourself a little bit of slack in it, in a nurturing, loving way, not lying to yourself, not making excuses kind of a way, not from ego, but truly from the heart. Try to see why you did what you did, and why those choices were what you picked. You have to really start to dissect what's making you tick. What made me be this way? What do I need to go back in my lifetime and heal and remove and replace in order to understand not to ever do this again? and forgive myself for whatever it is I've done. Not repeat bad behavior over and over. And that's not always easy to do, and it's not always easy to be honest with yourself, to really truly check yourself before you wreck yourself. A lot of times people end up wrecking themselves before they check themselves. They're doing it backwards. If you want to do it the right way, you have to look in the mirror. You have to look within. The amount of forgiveness that you give yourself will depend on the amount of guilt and remorse that you feel you deserve. Because again, we are our own judge. So we are also our own punisher, and we are also our own gifter. Okay? So we determine how long we should suffer and be punished. And we won't even determine in what way or form the punishment necessarily needs to be. We will just simply decide we should suffer and punish because of our deed. So you need to forgive yourself in order to end that suffering, end that punishment, end that guilty conscience. Because that's what that is essentially. A guilty conscience is your DNA memory and your heart space love energy that came from God's source, telling you that you know damn good and well that you messed up. You made a bad choice and you need to fix it. That's why you feel guilty, because you know you need to fix it. And in any way that you can fix it, whether it's with someone on the outside world or within something in yourself, do it. And if you don't understand how to do that, please reach out to me and I will help you. I will teach you. I will help you to heal. Because truly, honestly, my mission in this life, in order to bring the peace and the beauty that we desire, is to heal this world, one soul at a time. So please reach out to me if you don't know how to do this, and let's do this together. Because it can be very hard to do. It's necessary lessons, but very difficult lessons indeed. And I can empathize and sympathize and walk you through it and help you to understand from a new perspective so that you can eventually obtain freedom of the punishment and the guilt. And you can really obtain the forgiveness and the love for self that you do deserve. You do. We all mess up. It's okay that we mess up. It's necessary to learn. Please reach out to me if you don't know how. And really reflect and check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's all I've got for this one for today, guys. Please like, share, subscribe if you enjoy this content and it resonates with you. Thank you so much to all of my donors. I love each and every one of you so much, and I'm going to be right here shining my light and leading you home to self. I love you. Be well, be blessed, in love and light.